back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of The Watcher's Point of View. Your host, JP Spector. That fat girl, Dana, also with me again.
Hi.
Here she goes again, starting off that.
Hi.
Oh, you're such a goofball.
Yes, I am.
Oh, we know this. Once again, thank you for joining us at The Watcher's Point of View. I greatly appreciate it. Take a quick moment, please, to hit the like and subscribe button for us. You know, if you want to see more of our videos, it helps us know how many people are actually out there watching our stuff. We greatly appreciate the support. Speaking of support, shout out to Dell's House of Jerky, our sponsors. Thank you once again for looking after us. A couple more shout outs will be given at the end of the show, and stay tuned for the end, all the way at the end. Unfortunately, if you're listening on Podbean or any of the other channels outside of YouTube, you won't be able to see the list that we have for people that we support, people that look after us and show us a lot of love. So we're going to throw that at the end of it. So
I could probably do
yes.
a voiceover under it real fast. You know, like, so then we can hear it. If you want me to.
Okay.
But
No. That's fine. You know, thought that might be discussed after. And you know what? Remember a couple episodes ago I said we don't do anything like a bloopers reel? This is real time for us. There's nothing that's being edited right now. Oh boy, yeah. I almost started off the show serious and it didn't work. As usual.
can you be serious?
Well, no. Truthfully, you can be serious once we get started.
Yes.
Once
yes,
we're started in the show, you're serious. But the opening, man. Good Lord.
I gotta get it all out. I'll do that.
Oh, that's never going to happen. You get it all out. Hello, it's you. Never.
What?
Yeah, the banter, what? Anyway, as I was saying, welcome back to the show. Thank you, fellow watchers, for joining us. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for all the support that you give us. To follow up, our previous show, we talked about meditation, things of that nature. Talked about different forms of enlightenment, different forms of spirituality. And like we promised you, we are going to do a challenge. It's a meditation challenge. It happens to be a 10-day challenge. And to break it down for you very simply, it's going to be her 5 days, my 5 days. And what we want you to do is follow it. Literally, follow what we do. Give Dana's a try first, then throw mine, or start with mine and then go with Dana's, whichever you want to use.
Start mix them together.
I don't say mix them together expo facto. After the fact.
Okay.
And well, you know what, we might as well throw a disclaimer out here too. You know, we might as well. Just say one. If anyone's ever seen the movie Doctor Strange, where he was using the, was it the time stone or whatever it was, the green, the eye of whatever, I am totally brain farting.
I am as well, and I just watched that.
Oh, that's horrible. But, yeah, actually, I am aware of that, and it's the time stone, that's all. So,
I meant stone.
I know.
I'm tired.
Once again, this is why we don't do a bloopers reel. What happens here is here. You guys get to listen to it and deal with it just like I have to deal with her and she has to deal with me. Deal with us.
Do it.
No, but seriously, it's kind of like when they were going over saying, hey, you know, Steven, you actually started doing this spell, and don't you know you can cause a rift in time, destroy this, that, and the other? He goes, wouldn't that have been good to have at the beginning, beforehand?
Maybe.
Kind of the same thing. We know a lot of people in general, and this is not a bad thing, but the world we live in, a lot of people want to go right to Z. They don't want to do the steps prior to A, B, C, and D. So what we're going to be doing is giving you both. Might as well give them both.
Okay.
Give them the right to Z of just go into your meditation. This is what we do. Boom,
So
boom, boom.
we change this.
Well, I was thinking we could just go into it, or you want to save it for later. And
Well, I mean, we're already here now.
Well, I'm just talking about. We can give them that A to Z right now,
Okay.
or we can actually do the Z. And just throw them into the mix so everybody kind of gets right into the mix with. What do you think?
Honestly, I think everything is Z at this point.
everything is, I will agree with that. You know what I'm concerned with though? Newbies. And when I mean by newbies is someone who's never took the time to do the basics of what we're going to discuss, because what she's doing is very basic, what I'm doing is very basic. But what you...
This is a little bit more advanced than mine.
No, I wouldn't say mine's is advanced. I just have a couple... No, well, you know what? The watchers, you decide. You decide and have an open heart and open mind for both of us. Because I know we are hard to deal with at this beginning point in stages when we start talking in the beginning.
No, we're not.
And the ending's just as bad. People are probably sitting in their cars going, when the F are they going to end
Never.
and sign off?
No.
Well, I hope you guys are saying that. I hope you guys are actually enjoying the show. We digress as usual.
What?
Say what? Digression? Yeah, but what do you think? Hit them with the right at the Omega, or give them the Alpha 2?
I don't know. That was my new noise. You like that one? I might use that for my new friend.
Yeah, we'll discuss that one later.
We don't have to discuss.
Oh yeah, we had discussed that. Your new buddy, your new
Okay.
travel buddy. We digress again. Apologies.
No, we're just going
Okay.
with the ebb and flow of conversation.
That's nothing new. That's what we do. But for people watching us, they're like, these guys are so scatterbrained. No, we're not. We're just full of joy.
I'm scared.
You're something, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
go there right now.
Mm.
No, but seriously,
Well,
I personally, I want to throw people into the challenge.
Okay, so
Just
you don't
to-
want to start with the stuff that we discussed to do second?
Well, we can do that too. That's what I'm asking. What do you prefer? We can do it Doctor Strange style and give it to them and just go like, here you go. And then give them the, hey, be advised.
Just be
Expo
aware.
Facto.
You should know there's a little sacred space that it's cleansed and probably safe.
That's true. No. Give them the mirror zone, it's called, I think it was.
Mirror zone.
Yeah, don't you remember? Or the mirror realm? Well, I told you. It's been so long since I watched Doctor Strange. And I didn't prep in advance. I swear to God, I didn't prep in advance. We go with the flow. So,
Right. The only thing I prepped was
The mirror.
the actual meditations.
Well, meditations,
That was it.
that's what we do daily. That's our thing.
Right.
But that's nothing new.
But I
for us.
do, well, I do lots of different meditations. So I narrowed it down to 5.
I got 2 main ones that I do.
Okay.
But like I said, you do want to do the full setup, or you just want to throw them into the meditation and get right into the challenge.
Let's get right into the challenge.
Her words, not mine. Just FYI, there is no disclaimer throughout in the sense of meditation being dangerous. It's not a dangerous practice. You just have to, well, no, think about it. It's not really that dangerous of a practice. You just have to really understand where we're coming from and where you're coming from. And the more we discuss about the challenge, the more you'll understand. So, ladies first, I would say I'm going to kick back for a couple minutes and listen to Dana's 5-day of the 10-day meditation challenge. And here we go.
Here we go. Hi. I'm Dana. We're going to do 5 days of meditation. Hey, here we go. I feel like a dork. So the meditations I usually use are on Insight Timer. You don't have to use them. There are tons of things on the internet. Whatever resonates with you is what is best for you. But these are the things that I believe people should be working on. At least that is what I'm working on. Now, day 1, I want you to do cutting the threads that bind us. Now, we are connected to people who we might not necessarily need to be connected to anymore. And you know who they are in your life. And sometimes you need to just let them go. You can still love them, you just don't need to be attached to them anymore. So that is my day 1, starting with detaching from things and people who are not good for you. My stuff is all about like healing and whatever. The second one is cultivating a healthy self-image and positive self-esteem. Now, I'm kind of far past this at this point, but it is something that is important for you to start with so that you are ready to move on and open up more, how I see it. Day 3 is empowered by the ancestors, the hands of women. This is a good one because it is bringing in your ancestors to help you figure out your stuff. Now, I do a lot of stuff with Sweat Lodge, and that is all about bringing your ancestors in to help you figure out your stuff, and this one kind of resonated with me in that way. Day 4 is connecting your head, heart, and gut. You need to listen to all of these things. Always. Don't just be like, my head doesn't know what it's talking about. My heart's like, whatever. And my gut, no, it's just gas. No, it's not just gas. It's telling you things. Listen. And start connecting everything together. And day 5 is an abundance alignment, sorry. You need to let yourself be okay with getting and receiving things that you need and things that you desire. And the way to do that is not to keep going, God, I'm so poor, I'm so poor, I'm so poor. Yeah, you're going to stay poor. You know why? Because you keep putting that into the universe and that doesn't work. So you need to learn how to align yourself with more positivity, even though your life may not be positive at this particular moment. You fake it till you make it. And that is my 5 days.
All right. 5 days, nice. It's funny, your 5th day is kind of how my whole 5 days goes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. That's why I was listening to you going, okay, I can see that. I see that for other things. I know about that for other things. I'm like, I don't use that for that, but yeah, I actually understand. So I'm actually, just for everyone here, we did not discuss with each other what we were going to do for our 5 days. We were going to throw it on each other the date of recording. So as of today's date of recording, literally, I am just hearing this for the first time.
Yeah.
Literally. So I'm like, interesting. That's why I was kind of like, I can feature that. I really can. I might want to incorporate that later on down the line with my own stuff. But for now, JP Spector's 5-day challenge. My 5-day challenge is not one particular day doing one thing this day, one thing that day, such as Dana's. Mine's is a continuing 5-day deal. First and foremost, people today are too much in a rush. They wake up, they automatically grab their phone, see their emails, check Facebook, checking Snapchat, all the other applications and different platforms of media out here. They're turning on the TV right away, and that's not what you need to do in the morning. There is a lot that needs to take place prior to that. When you come from a restful sleep to an awakened state of being and consciousness, first and foremost, you need to give thanks. Simple thanks for waking up to whatever deity that you believe in, or whatever universal spirit you believe in. Just go, all right, thank you. I woke up this morning. Because not everyone woke up this morning. You know what? I have a roof over my head. Not everyone has a roof over their head. I can feed myself. Not everybody can do that today. I'm not being fed through a tube. I can walk on my own today. I'm not in a wheelchair. I can come and go as I please. I'm not restrained to a bed. I actually have freedom of movement. I have all my appendages. I've started off with a good day. Give thanks for that, for what you have. 20 minutes at least, give thanks. I can see. Even like myself, I have glasses, but I can still see. Not everyone has sight. I can hear without any enhancers. Not everyone can hear it, period. I can still taste, especially after all the illness and pandemics and things going on, all the different just negativity that's been surrounding this world. I don't have that issue. Thank you. Giving thanks and being grateful and putting that into the universe is the primary thing you do in the morning. Give thanks. You're able to do the things you can do. Be thankful for what you have. If you have a car, a truck, it might not be the newest car with all the bells and whistles on it. Excuse me, but it's yours. You can drive to work. You're not taking a bus. You're not riding a bike. You're not walking. And the reason I went in that order is the person who's walking would love to have a bike. The person who is on the bike probably would love to have the money to hop on a bus. The person on the bus would probably love to be in that car that you don't want or no longer like. Give thanks, once again, in advance to the universe. Be grateful. Be happy. Give that affirmation of, I have an abundance of things that I need to acknowledge and be grateful for. The abundance I have, I am grateful for, and I'm ready to receive more. Start your day off that way, with acknowledging what you have and saying you accept the universe giving you more of the abundance you already have. You're putting things out in a positive notion. Positive always will conquer the negative. During your 20 minutes of the day, without any media, anything telling lies to your television, without the illusions of things around you, understand that the smaller things in life are it's really what matters. Now, during the rest of your day, throughout your day, little small things that you might take for granted, like going outside and being able to smell air. Be happy you can do that. Ralph Smart says, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. That's one of his go-to lines, but he makes sense. Just, wow, actually I can take a deep breath. I don't have an oxygen tank strapped to me. Once again, something very small. The reason I keep bringing up the small things in life for the meditation is my father, when week before he passed away, he wanted to go home really bad. I'm talking about he was hissy in the hospital. Damn near died twice in there because they could not lay him flat. He could not lay down flat. If he lay down flat, he would literally flatline. He could not go prone. But he was adamant about leaving that hospital. And in the back of my mind, my mom's like, we're like, we're showing how he should leave. But it was nighttime, and we were driving him back home, and I'm trying to get him home because he only has the small oxygen tank with him that's basically for a 15-minute, 20-minute car ride. It's not even worth anything. So I'm trying to speed him home, but what I did notice, he was looking outside very, very aggressively. And what I mean by aggressively looking outside, I mean he was really staring out the window like it was the first time for him seeing the area he's lived in for all these years. And I didn't understand it at the time, but a couple of days later I started thinking about it. Those hard stares he gave, he knew and felt that would be the last time he would see the night sky. The last time he saw a building, could smell something with his oxygen on, but still had the sense of smell. He was appreciative of the night air. He was appreciative of his site. He was very, very much in the first half of what I just discussed of being appreciative and giving affirmation to things that you're able to do. Because he was at that point with only 10% of his heart that was working. He still gave that affirmation out through his aggressive staring all the way from the hospital back to the house. That's why I'm bringing it up, because someone who was near death actually understood the materialistic things in life didn't mean anything. Understood that family is the most important thing you have. Your closest friends. Be appreciative of those friends who are true friends, who are true brothers, who are not looking for anything in return, but are doing things out of the kindness of their own heart. Doing things universally that we should be doing in general. Being kind to each other. Help one another. Very simple rules to follow. And that's part of my meditation that I'm bringing to you. And the reason I'm giving you part of my personal story is so you can understand why I'm so hardcore about the affirmations. I've been like that prior to my father passing. But to watch someone that you love go through that, and go through what they went through for 6 months, because that's what they told us. They said he won't make it to New Year's. And it's to see the appreciation of someone so near to death, but they never told him he wouldn't make it to New Year's. But more with the meditation is outside of your affirmations for 5 days. Respect what's around you. Pay things forward. You have a friend in need, they need a little paper. If it's not going to put you in dire straits, help them. Pay it forward to them. Don't look for that money to come back to you. Give it from the heart. When you actually give from the heart and do things out of the kindness of your own heart for people that you know, you might not even know. You don't know how that's going to affect or change their life. So pay it forward. Another quick story about paying it forward. The club that I started, the Royal Order of Reapers. Pro-veteran club. We're all about veteran awareness, veteran suicide, homeless veterans. Our veterans aren't getting the love they deserve. I came in contact with Save 22, 22 to none, 22 too many, 300 because he's my brother, and a bunch of other people that I came in contact with also who we shout out to and brought up at the end of the episode tonight. Those people that I've met from other states, different locations, I've always paid it forward, whichever way we can help. And those are some of my best friends and family right now. The reason I bring up about paying it forward also is I was at one of the local convenience stores, and I remember the midnight guy who was working at the convenience store was gathering up just bags and bags worth of food to give to a homeless veteran who wasn't totally homeless. He had a place to squat at, but he just didn't have what he needed to get on his feet. And he goes, well, I want to go take a shower, but I don't have any place to go, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at it and said, what branch are you in? He turned around and he goes, I'm a veteran. I was in Nam. I was like, wow, okay, God bless you. Thank you for your service. You dealt with a war that wasn't a popular one. And I had $100 in my wallet. And I just pulled it out, handed it to him. I said, here you go, brother. Thank you for your service, and I know it's not much, but it's what I can do for you now. Speed the clock up. 3 weeks later, I'm back over at this same convenience store, and the gentleman pulls my coattail and said, hey, you remember that veteran that you gave $100 to? I said, yeah, I remember. He goes, well, he told me when he sees you, or if I see you again, say thank you. I was like, for what? We take care of our veterans. I said, somebody has to. But I didn't know that $100 that I paid it forward with, I did not know at that time that he went, one of his, friends got him a hotel room. He took that money, bought a suit, got showered up, and actually got a job. And it still weirded me out that I was like, $100 helped him out to that degree where he got a suit, a job, and within that time frame, he told the people where he was employed at, hey, I'm going through some crap right now. I just need this job. Here's my resume, in the sense of he verbally gave a verbal resume from what I was told. And I hired him on the spot and gave him an advance on some paychecks. And I was just like, wow, that one little $100 bill did that much for that man. So I was thankful for the abundance I had to pay it forward to somebody else that gave them abundance. Soon after, when the virus hit, unfortunately, that veteran passed away. But he said he finally felt human after that. And once again, that's the abundance that I received that I was able to pay forward again. That's part of the meditation, is to understand and be grateful and thankful. And I'll say it again, be thankful, acknowledge it. That's how you manifest more. And part of my manifestation is doing this podcast through my meditation. This is why the Watcher's Point of View came to be the way it is, from the insignia, the open heart, open mind. All this is part of the abundance that I've received from the universe for paying it forward. So when you're in your head with your monkey mind, when you're sitting here going, oh my God, why this, why this? This is when you start what I call your deep meditation. You've already did part one. You woke up and gave your thanks and gratitude to the universe. You started your affirmations going, I am good. I don't have an issue. I don't have the problems that other people are experiencing right now. Excuse me. I am grateful again. So you're putting it out to the universe that thank you, I am grateful. Here's part 4 of your 5-day challenge. Before you go to sleep, take time to yourself after you showered up, washed up, whatever the case may be, put the kids to bed, whatever's going on. Don't sit here and go for your glass of wine or your glass of bourbon or your warm milk or your water this day. No. Take time to yourself and get into your monkey mind. Don't try to silence the monkey mind. This time of peace and quiet is so your monkey mind can vent. Let it vent. When you're sitting here going, oh my God, I got this bill to pay, that bill to pay. Do you have a job? Can you pay your bills? Is there a source of income? Be grateful and be thankful of that. Your monkey mind will acknowledge that and go, well, I can put that to rest. When you're in that state of mind where your mind's racing, don't try to shut off your mind. Let your mind talk. Let all those thoughts of the day come right out while you're meditating. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid. Accept it. Because what's going to happen, you're going to prioritize what's important and what's not important. And once you do that, you'll put your body in a calm state. Once your body's calm, you'll release the anxiety. Well, I need to do this, I need to do that. Ask yourself, what can I do about it right now? At 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, midnight, 2 in the morning. What can I do about it? Damn, nothing. So why am I worried about it? That's right, I don't need to worry about it. I just need to be thankful that I'm alive and I have so much to be thankful for. This will help you when you're meditating, when you're doing your slow breathing, and you feel your shoulders not up here, but they're more relaxed. You'll realize that your body's coming into alignment, and everything's going to start working out. The anxiety that you have isn't always anxiety. Sometimes it's the universe telling you to calm down, relax. I'll give you the energy that you need. Just gotta ask. You guys might think this is silly and crazy and dumb. I've experienced too much and seen too much for me not to believe this. Also, the last part of your 5 days is listen to what we call the, I'm probably going to butcher this, it's solfeggio or solfeggio frequencies.
Faggio sounds right.
Faggio. I'm so butchering that name, I apologize. but it's different megahertz to listen to music at. You can go on iTunes, find most of the binary beats or high frequency beats.
You get it on Insight Timer too.
Right. Like the open heart chakra, okay, for the heart chakra, is 639 hertz. Right? And then the third eye, 852 hertz. So with an open heart and open mind, those are always my two favorite. They really are. The root chakra is about being liberated. Okay, removing things out your life and progressing forward. Your sacral chakra is about resolution. You know, come to a resolution, work things out, resolve the issues that may or may not be bothering you. Your solar plexus is all about love, affection, affirmations, and you know it's a good place to do a lot of your love at, and that's at 528. That's it. The sacral chakra.
Yep.
Okay, apologies. Let me start back over. The root chakra is 396. The sacral chakra is 417. The solar plexus is 528. And like I said, it's about love. Connection. That's the heart chakra. Open heart, 639. Okay, the throat chakra, which we're using right now, 741. It's expression though, and you need to express. My personal favorite, the third eye chakra. You know, that's about just straight awakening. That's leaving that illusion, leaving that matrix, and your body will understand what's real and what's false. And that's at 852. Now the crown chakra is about, oh boy, that's considered a reset, but it's also considered part of the God chakra or the universal chakra, which is at 936. You'll probably go on YouTube, see stuff at, oh, extremely strong binary beats or extremely high frequencies, 3200 and this, that, and the other. You know, some people like listening to it because they do feel a little something. I would say stick with the beats that are there underneath the charts that are being promoted. And like I said, that's the, I want to screw it again, solfeggio or solfeggio frequencies.
Now let's say it's Feggio, because it sounds like...
Feggio. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like that. And also, if you can't hear what we're doing, it's the Italian thing.
I wasn't doing the Italian thing, I was mocking you because you're doing this with your hand. And once
I'm
again,
Italian.
and for anyone who's listening on, like I said, iTunes or any of our other platforms, please check out the YouTube just so you can get, just see the facial expressions and the comical things that go on with us.
Yeah.
It's too stupid to make up. Too stupid. You gotta watch it, believe it.
But so I'm thinking back to my musical background because I was going to school to be a music teacher the first time I went to college, which
I forget which one's the clap one for it.
Really?
Okay, I won't do it.
Yeah.
I was going to do the clap button.
There's no clap. I dropped out.
I so would want to record the clap button now. And I don't remember which active button to put the clap on, but that's okay. Continue.
Right.
Proceed.
But solfeggio sounds correct because of the Italian that I learned while doing music education. And we're moving on.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, fellow watchers, I would love for you to try that for 5 days to give thanks, give gratitude. Don't grab your phone first thing in the morning. Give yourself your time. No, give yourself your time. Give yourself your time. You have gone from a hard work day or just a long day to a slumber state, whether it's light, heavy, or whatever, and you're awake again.
Yeah, but I have to grab my phone to do my meditation.
No.
Because they're on the phone.
If you're going to grab your phone to do meditation, that is fine. You have to have that discipline to not go on the other applications. If you have that discipline not to go on the other applications, 100% I will back your play on that.
Okay.
If you know, or any watchers know, that you haven't hit that discipline level yet, do not grab your phone without giving yourself 20 minutes of just relaxation. I don't care what's going on, unless you have small children, in the sense of there's a baby that needs to be fed, someone's got to be sent off to school, or make sure they're at their terminal computers at home if they're still doing the home thing. I get it, but give yourself 20 minutes before you really start your day to give that affirmation out there. If you want things to manifest, you have to say thanks. You have to be grateful for what you have. Be thankful. What Natalie Cole did a song called "Be Thankful for What You Got," and that's literally it. Be thankful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and no matter how big or small, you have more than the person below you. And it's not trying to put status or steps on anyone, but to get an understanding. If you drive around and you see someone walking and you're like, wow, they got some beat up shoes on. Well, how do you feel about seeing the man with no feet or the lady with no feet? I bet that person would love to have some beat up shoes on.
Right.
So you see one come up being thankful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's a lot to put in for five days. It's a lot of work. Both of our meditations require work. If you're willing to do the work and do the meditation, you will see the results. You'll listen to how she'll do hers, the way I do mine. Give yourself, there's no real magic here, people. This is not magic. This is simple, smart, slow meditations. They're real easy to do. They're slowly bringing you into a discipline of slowing down. This is what our meditations are about. Slowing down and getting an understanding of self.
Mm-hmm.
Her form of meditation, the more I listen to her, her name Dana, is definitely a lot of self-care she talks about. I'm hearing a lot of self-care in your meditations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not trying to talk about things that are personal.
No, I know.
But you do a lot of, or you have, I should say, a lot of self-care in your meditation. And I like that. I really like that. Like I said, the ending part of your 5-day is my everyday.
Right.
I like the fact you bring up the ancestors. That's a lot of Native American, that's actually Nordic, with my background.
Mm-hmm.
And I can feel that. I'm digging it. Because your ancestors make you who you are. And that's, after hearing you say that, it made me more willing to share, you know, part of my grief story.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was hard for me to tell you guys on this episode, I'm not going to lie. And I'm surprised I held it together.
I actually kind of just absorbed your stuff so you wouldn't break down.
Because I have not been able to hold that no matter what. Mm-hmm. I lose it usually every time. I've only been able to talk about this about 4 or 5 times without losing it. So, yeah, it's weird. But that made me want to talk about the story about the ancestors. Mm-hmm. So people could have an understanding. And even that veteran who I gave that money to, he's like an ancestor. Yeah. Because he's an elder to me. He's my elder. Mm-hmm. And I helped out an elder. You know, I paid it forward. I don't look at things that way right away when I'm doing it. I'm just doing it because that's the thing that I do. That's just me, who I am. Right. But when you really think about it, wow, I did pay it forward. Mm-hmm. You know, when I do things, I am paying it forward. I'm not looking at if it's going to put me in debt. I'm not looking at if, you know, oh man, God, I only have $50 left in the bank. How am I supposed to get the new microphone for the watchers? I'm not looking at that. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at this person needs this. It's a need. I have a want, not a need. Right. This person needs this. Mm-hmm. Let me help their need. Mm-hmm. And I feel better. And then by me doing that, the universe provides. Right. You know, it's like a lot of people that I've spoken with about the Watchers Point of View, they're like, you know what, we love your show, and, you know, we love that you guys actually space out your stuff. I'm like, well, here's the thing, we can't do this on a regular.
God, I wish we could.
You know, it's like,
I wish we could do it every day.
if we could get paid to do that on a regular, yeah, I would say it'd be awesome.
Right.
I wouldn't mind doing this on every day, but it's like between jobs, family, and home. And the key thing is the job part. You know, you gotta make that bread and butter.
Yeah.
You know, by doing that, it's like, I would love to come out here and do it. And I was like, but you know what, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Let me know that you're watching.
Right.
You know, a lot of people are like, well, these people are subscribers and they do this, and this. I'm like, I just want to know people are watching and having fun
Yeah.
watching us. Or, you know, they're going to be waiting because, like I said, we don't have a niche.
No.
You know,
We
it's
just
not,
do whatever.
it's not like we're doing a review of anything, even though we will be. It's not like we're doing the food travel yet, because we can't yet, because we've ran into a couple of roadblocks, but we do have one place that already said, yes, come on in and bring cameras and whatever the hell else you want. So that's like awesome. And then the travel part, once again, we've had issues with that.
Right.
So, you know, like I said, the spiritual stuff, I wasn't ready yet to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because what we talked about was we weren't going to do the spiritual stuff right away. We're going to wait until like October, September, go into October with it. We get like a whole month of, we get right to talk about spirituality, paranormal, do this. But it seemed like, okay, it had to come out now, though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's part of my affirmation to the universe, saying, thank you for letting me get this out now.
Well, there's a lot of planetary situation going on right
Oh
now.
my God, is it ever? Because Mercury was in retrograde a little while ago, right?
Beginning of June, I think it came out.
Right? So it's
But then, like, I forget exactly, but like we're in full Cancer now.
I would say Cancer, right?
Yeah, which
So
makes
emotions.
his emotions of the yin yang, and I'm a Cancer, so I'm emotions of the yin yang to begin with.
I will not comment on that in a
But I
positive and or negative way.
am.
I would just say truthful and leave it at that.
Mm-hmm. So I was talking to my friend Karen today, and I brought up Karen. Like,
Is that the raw
yeah,
figure? Yeah.
raw food. I haven't talked to her in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to her today, and I told her about my trip, and she says that it's very brave of me to take my trip.
Why'd you say that?
Because I'm doing it alone.
Mm-hmm. So it's nothing then.
Well, no, it's really not.
Right.
But it's a lot longer
True.
because I'm
True.
doing like what, I don't know, at least 10 days.
Hey, you're not doing the Anthony Bourdain around the world thing, but yeah.
No, but I'm driving the whole East Coast basically,
Mm-hmm.
and I might shoot down to Mississippi. But I think that we should go to Louisiana together. I was talking about that before.
Louisiana, yes.
Because
Well,
I have a little bit of with that.
Well, here's the thing about Louisiana. You and I both have. There's nothing wrong, by the way, with Louisiana.
No, nothing at all.
Throw that out there.
Yeah, nothing at all.
Just a marvelous place for a coincidence, but that's more New Orleans. Yeah. How should I put it? New Orleans for myself and for Dana is kind of difficult for us to be there. It's an enriched history. The history of things there have been very voodoo related, of course. And
It's a little more sensitive.
that's a very good way of putting it. I didn't want to say it like that, saying hypersensitive or highly sensitive person, or a highly sensitive person.
Right.
But we do pick up on different energies and stuff. And it's bad when you're out there in an area that's with such enriched energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk around and it's almost like, I don't want to say a horror film. You know, it's because I'm not trying to disrespect
not at all.
But it is like, for doing, here we go with the paranormal stuff, it's like being out there and I turn around and it's like, wait, did I just see what I saw?
Right.
And then you go into a store and then there's some lady there who is, you know, also a sensitive like yourself and goes, hey, you know what, the image you thought you saw out there? Yeah, you did see. How the hell would she know that?
We know.
You know.
She knows. Trust us.
Right, but you get people doing that to you, and it can weird you out a bit. Now, see, for me, that's just like, oh, hey, yeah, I did see something over there. And, or people coming up to you of the same, not gift, but the same enlightenment that you have, or the same frequency, or have reached that level of evolution. Yeah, I don't mean that as anyone's lower level evolution.
No, it's just,
evolutionary.
we're all in different stages of this whole meat sack situation.
Exactly.
So, it's all good.
And you have people who are really sensitive who can pick up on each other's energies, like you and I.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple other friends that I never thought they were sensitive until we were out in certain locations, and I would see them wig out. And they would like they start hyperventilating, and they would start having, I'm having a panic attack. I'm having anxiety. I'm like, you're not having a panic attack. What you're experiencing right now.
So this dude is sitting on your chest.
This is literally what it was like. It was like that.
Yeah.
So, but the reason we're bringing all this up too, and you're talking about with New Orleans and everything, this is a small digression, but it's literally about the meditation part.
Mm-hmm.
You can start seeing things while you're meditating and giving your affirmations.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's something I don't want to say warn you about, but it's something to be on the lookout for. Don't be surprised while you're in your meditation state if you see a family member who's passed away come and talk to you. That is not unlikely.
It actually happened to me a couple weeks ago. I told you about that, didn't I?
Yes.
Yes. So my grandmother, who was my dad's mom, I never met because she died the Christmas before I was born. And she came to me in a meditation and was just there. And I was like, I don't know anything about you, do I? So then I had to ask my aunt, my two aunts. And I was like, so tell me about her. So they told me a little bit, and I'm kind of like her. In different ways, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
That's something that can happen.
Yeah, but I'm like
almost, family member.
I'm almost 50 years old, and that just happened now. Like, apparently I needed to know that now.
Well, it's, I kind of go back to what you and I were discussing in our last episode of spirituality, where I talked about being in that library, the Akashic Records, where I was in full, like, Egyptian robes, and, like, I shouldn't say robes, but the tunic and kind of pharaoh-y looking stuff in this, like, library of knowledge, and I showed you that one photograph.
Right.
That's it. And hopefully, I don't know if that's a copyright photograph. If it's not a copyright photograph, we'll leave it right here so you can see it. Or maybe here so you can see it. But, yeah, we'll show you that picture. It's not identical, but it gives you a good feeling of what I saw. Because that's literally the colors, everything. When I was just going through different memes and things of that nature, and memes, yeah, thank you. Sorry. I was wondering if you were going to catch it.
Of course
I saw your face kind of like do the, here he goes with the memes thing.
We are on the interwebs over here.
So, we have to do it. If we don't do this and break it down, and the reason I actually do make little comments like that too is if I start feeling things, I have to throw myself off.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
I have to say something really offbeat for you to acknowledge. So at that point, I can
snap you back out.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. That is one of my go-tos because of different things I'm feeling when discussing this kind of stuff.
Okay.
And if you're not prepared for it, you need a way to kind of kick yourself back out of it. And that's my way of kicking myself back out is by using something grammatically wrong. You acknowledge it, laugh and giggle, so everyone else laughs and giggles, but it allows me enough time to bring myself back to snap back.
Really?
That's snap back. It's one of my little tricks I use.
I don't think I've ever had an issue with getting
It's
there.
Here's the thing,
If that makes sense.
My image that I started when discussing it, I felt myself going there while we're talking.
Okay.
Because
I get you.
I just talked about my father,
Mm-hmm.
talked about the ancestors, you brought up your grandmother, I started thinking about my grandmother.
Right.
Then we started getting onto that subject,
Got it.
and then all of a sudden I started getting focused and zoned in, and I'm like, oh boy,
Interesting.
let me throw this thing about the meme, and then,
I feel that we should probably record that at some time if no one ever sees it,
right,
just so we could
see what it looks like.
work through it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, I saw it coming on, and that's why I was like, alright, what are we talking about? Okay, good, let me kick this back up. Let me make a ha-ha thing about it, because we did that back in, I think, episode 2 or 3.
I think it's 2.
2 or 3, we were joking about
So
it,
bad.
and that was once again,
Memes.
the meanies.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, and that was one of the things that I was going through again,
Mm-hmm.
and that's my snapback.
Okay.
So now you understand.
Now I know.
Is used for this, but this is the time to describe it because it is part of the spirituality.
Right.
It is something that you might have to do later on.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel yourself getting into a headspace that you're not prepared for at that particular time, you have to do something to snap yourself back. Or shock your body back. What I would usually say is have a rubber band,
Uh-huh.
and if you feel yourself getting to that, like you're starting to go down, snap the rubber band on your wrist. Because
Okay.
that smacking.
But I don't think I've ever felt myself just like, I feel that I exist in 2 worlds all the time,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't necessarily get lost in either of them.
Well, it's that.
Or not getting lost, but like getting dragged into one or the other.
And I wasn't getting dragged.
Okay.
Let me clear that up and clarify that a little bit more. I'm not being like drugged in like over.
Right, no. I don't mean a drug like it's like, but like, you know,
I started
you're
feeling myself float into that headspace.
uh-huh.
And this is not the time to get into that headspace.
Right.
You know, so that's why I was kind of like, whoa, hold up. Get out of here. And it's not a bad thing, but it's not where we're at right now.
Right,
Topic-wise, it's about meditation, and it's about people understanding not the risks or hazards, but to understand, yes, you can get lost in meditation.
Yes, you can.
Okay, it's not a bad thing, but you gotta know how to snap out of it.
Right. And also, if you do timed meditation, or you can just have something go off when you're done, I guess, so you don't get lost.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't, you know, just, I did it. Yeah, I mean, you've done it like 5 times and I didn't even call you on it. So I'm nice.
Whatever, I'm calling you on yours.
I'm nice.
Yeah. I think all the other watchers are sitting there going, major ball.
I am nice. Really? I'm sarcastic as hell, but I'm nice.
And moving on with the watcher's point of view, topic of meditation.
Yes, my mouth is open like a codfish. Shut up.
I was thinking my mouth fast, but or a catfish, whatever.
Catfish don't have white mouths, they're
I don't know.
just made up of whiskers.
Well, here's something we started talking about Louisiana. Have you seen some catfish out there?
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah. Have you seen one of them open up their mouth?
Well, yeah, but they don't.
Because they can stick your hand down there into the muck and pull one out, and they're hanging from your hand. That mouth's like this big, and people are probably going, "How hell big is it?" Because they can't see. So once again, go on to YouTube's up.
Watch the movie Big Fish.
Good Lord.
You don't watch it. No.
No, but I've seen some of these
It's an amazing
these
movie.
catfish and stuff, and like when guys are like, "Oh, we hand fish our catfish." Well, do you hand fish catfish?
I'm good. I don't need my hand going into an animal.
Well, it's weird though because
I'm a vet.
you know you see them they're like over by a tree, and they're like, "Yeah, there's probably a bunch of catfish in here." And, you know, and then you see him roll up their sleeve, and I'm like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" And you see him put his hand in. Right?
Yeah.
He wiggles around, goes, "I think, yeah, hold on, well, let me cut my hand." Well, there we go.
No.
And you see him lift up, right?
Not interesting.
And there's this huge, you know, you're thinking to yourself, going, that's about 12 fillets, and,
I'm
you know,
move it.
it's right here. Oh, we know that. But for us fish eaters that still eat the catfish and stuff, and it's a rarity for me.
The bottom feeders.
You know, it's just rare that I eat catfish, but there's a lot of other stuff I've done. Well, might as well kick into this.
While we're here.
Yeah, might as well kick into this. And this was supposed to be a quick episode. Lies.
They're never quick.
No.
Ever.
But, I'm going to tell this one.
Yeah, but we need to watch that better.
That's why I said until our next episode.
Okay.
Really weird, combo catfish, things of that nature. I actually was thinking meditation for the past couple of days and doing my thankful everything. I started thinking about, like I said, my old man again. I started thinking about my father, and I started thinking about my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother loved catfish.
Really?
My father loved catfish. I love my coffee, okay? And I usually will drink my coffee with cream and sugar every now and then, unless it's straight up 100% Kona coffee. Call me a snob, but, 100%, not this 10% Kona crap, 100% from, the islands.
Okay.
Well, apparently in the States, as long as you put 10 to 15% Kona coffee in the coffee, you can call it Kona.
Oh, it's like ethanol?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be 100%. So I actually order from a couple of places out in Hawaii that they're like, yeah, our stuff is 100, we ain't mixing nothing. But I started drinking my coffee black without sugar. And that's something my old man would do.
Mine too.
And then my grandmother didn't drink coffee until later on. I've never been a coffee, I was a tea drinker in the family. But lately, I've been away from the teas and been heading to coffee. And I started thinking, I was like, wow, the thing about the old man, I'm actually getting his persona doing the coffee thing.
Right.
Then here's how I've had mad taste for catfish for the past couple of weeks. And I've got it. I really got it. And then, it's like, I'm not a catfish eater. That's not my go-to. I'm not about catfish. Occasionally.
I'm not about the catfish, man.
Every now and then, I might have a taste for a little, like, a couple catfish nuggets, like a 6-piece or something.
Sure.
Yeah, they actually do nuggets, so they're not full fillets. And it was just weird, though, because all of a sudden, it's like I ate it and I felt comfortable again.
I feel like my dad is part of your family.
Like you're saying, that's a real Southern dish.
Yeah.
And there's other things that I've had taste for.
Is it a calf brain sandwich?
No, but the weird things I've had taste for have all just revolved around. I had a moment there. My dad and my grandma. Yeah. And it's been weird because it's weird in the sense of I might have a feeling for one or the other. But it's like, okay.
They're ganging up on you?
Yeah, it's like I have a taste for this, I feel like doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But it's all stuff they would do.
Right.
And I'm not upset, don't get it twisted, people. I'm not freaking out about it. It's a good thing, but it's from the meditation where I'm like, man, I'm acknowledging the anniversaries. Because June was my dad's birthday.
Right.
The time my grandmother passed away. And Father's Day.
Right.
July 4th, my grandmother had a heart attack. July 7th, my grandfather passed away.
Oh, July sucks for you except for me. Because I was born on the 17th and I'm amazing.
So this is why, I was kind of like, wow, anniversary's coming up again. But I'm more in tune than I have been before. Right. And this is part of the meditation part where I'm like, wow, I would never think about eating this, that, and the other. I don't think about drinking this. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, wow, yeah, that's something Dad would do. That's something Grandpa would do. It's not a bad thing. It's just I'm acknowledging it. And this is part of my affirmation for my abundance. I'm happy I can even feel that. Yeah. And this is my meditation. It's a living meditation, and it's an awakening meditation. And it's not the eyes closed doing the mudras or anything with my hands. And it's literally, I'm waking up, I'm moving, and all of a sudden the universe is letting me know, hey, you've acknowledged this. This is your synchronicity of, guess what, your father did it this time, didn't he? Oh shit, yeah, he did. Hey, grandma would eat this at this time of day, would she? Oh my god, yeah, she would.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when my father passed away, on December 14th. December 13th was my grandmother's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
He passed the day after. And now the weird thing...
The two of them like to group things together for some unknown reason.
That's where I'm going with it. Now, here's the other synchronicity with that. The day he passed was 8 o'clock p.m.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm at work, I always take my lunch at 8 o'clock.
Right.
Like, it was on the dot.
Mm-hmm.
So, all these little synchronicities have started to come back to me again. And I am acknowledging that, like, oh my God, it's not a sad thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wow, I'm grateful.
That you're there in your
that I can actually, I feel comforted by that. People are like, oh, wouldn't that be weird? No, I'm actually comforted because, can you feel that? Do you have that from a family member?
Right.
If you don't have that, it's not, I'm like, oh my God. It's not my grief. It's like, man, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I appreciate being able to have that taste that they had.
Mm-hmm.
I'm acknowledging their existence. I'm acknowledging their energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful for the abundance of that energy that I feel.
Yeah.
Because that spirit energy to come into you, man, that takes a hell of a lot. And that meditation for my 5 days allows that manifestation to come to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I can share that with, so a watcher might be watching this right now, and go, wow, I can relate to JP.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel that. Or, after doing our 5 days of meditation, 10 days of meditation, your 5 by 5, they might hit that level of breaking past that veil.
Mm-hmm.
And they might get the same thing, and that family member goes, hey, you know what, you're doing good.
Right.
Don't worry about nothing. We're all good here. You keep living.
Mm-hmm.
Let that energy flow. Because the messages are so cool. And they come in the weirdest, dumbest ways, too. It's too stupid to make up. I'm being dead serious. Catfish? Really? Coffee? Too dumb to make up. But that's how I know it's them, because I don't eat catfish.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden I had a taste for it, and it was yummy. It's like, I like cornbread every now and then, right? And there's the place that we're going to be doing the food review at, they make cornbread.
Mm-hmm.
I never had a taste for cornbread. All of a sudden.
I love cornbread.
No, I do every now and then, depending on who's making it.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Yeah, right? And all of a sudden, God, I got a taste for cornbread all of a sudden. My dad was a cornbread freak. And after I ate it, I just felt calm.
Mm-hmm.
But then I felt his presence again. So I'm like, wow, okay. So it's the little things that my 5 days, or I should say, my continuing affirmations, my form of meditation I do, the acknowledgement of different things that go on when I have my monkey mind, and paying it forward, things of this nature, and listening to the different frequencies and beats day in, day out. The universe manifests things to put me in the comfort zone. So So it's like I'm never alone.
Really?
I always have someone with me.
Okay.
And it's not sometimes a physical person like you're hanging out with.
Right.
I'm never alone. I always have the energy with me. So this is things I acknowledge, and that's the abundance that I'm grateful for, because it keeps me moving.
Okay.
Alright. My dad, my grandfather, they're workaholics, man. And this is part of the work, because doing this, it's not simple, people, just to sit here and talk and go back and forth. This is work. But I enjoy this, and they enjoy doing their jobs.
Right.
So I want to leave the watchers with that.
Okay.
Unless you have something else you want to throw in here, or you want to say for episode 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, or whenever we're going to throw it in.
Well, while you've been talking about your family connections,
Yes.
My dad only came to me in dreams.
Definitely not talking about it.
I know, I'm just saying that's what happened. I'm not talking about the dream, I'm just talking about that's how it goes.
Let's talk about that, though. When we do one in the daylight, record in daylight, and definitely.
Yeah. But that happened with my grandmother as well.
We're definitely.
And your grandmother was Your mom's mom, right?
Yes.
My grandmother's mother's mother.
Mm-hmm. I wonder.
No. We're a little too connected, I think.
Depending on
Not like in a bad way.
No,
but,
given the topic, I would agree with that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd definitely say because of our jobs, we have to do a lot of nighttime shows. But I say we figure it out, get an early start, and shut out the world because we're going to have to versus night. And I mean versus day versus nighttime recording. Yeah. And I think we should go more into spiritual. I hope you guys are really enjoying though the spiritual stuff we're talking about. If you haven't noticed, this isn't, like I said, scripted in front of us or anything. We're giving you guys real stuff from us that we're sharing with you. And for me, that's part of my affirmation and abundance. I'm here to able to do it. Yeah. I'm thankful for it.
And I just like to talk, whatever.
And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for that because it's better to have someone who's comical, going back and forth bantering, than someone who's just like.
Well, I have not training from the second city. I do that.
Frank beans. Yeah, that just happened.
I hang out. Well, I used to hang out a lot with comics. Okay. But now everybody's on the West Coast.
Well, we'll discuss that too. You know what? And truthfully, we were at one point at 45 minutes, and I'm like, perfect. We're going to shut it down at 45 minutes. It's going to be a quick one. Booyah. We even our they'll understand.
They're never short.
Most people haven't complained about that. They actually enjoy the fact that we go an hour. They're like, it goes by so fast. I'm like, how do you think we feel? We're sitting here going back and forth. We're like, yeah, it's been what? So like, go for another hour and a half. We're good. I was like, no.
It's really hard to edit that.
Not for editing.
But like, because I don't edit per se, but I do camera 1, camera 2 kind of switches.
That doesn't count as editing. That's actually, I consider part of it already. Well, it is, but it's not, we don't.
I'm an editor.
We don't have blooper reels.
No.
It's like we set up the cameras, we're like, okay, let's go.
Pretty much. Yeah. And then I have to put the music in the thing in the front, and anytime you say something that I can actually put on the screen, I can put it on the screen. I edit.
But nothing is edited.
But nothing's taken out.
No, nothing's what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think we should leave our watchers with that, though.
Okay. We can do that.
Well, like I said, we gave them a 2-day challenge.
Mm-hmm. And you forgot to say that you wanted, or did you change your mind on that? Where you wanted the weekend to be,
the day off?
Yeah, so that they can reflect and write.
Yes.
Did you change your mind?
No, I forgot to bring it up. Thank you. Thank you. For your 10-day challenge, you've heard what Dana wants to do, and you heard what I do, and what I would like you to do. When you do her 5 days, or my 5 days, whichever you do first, take the Saturday and Sunday time to reflect. Think about it. Think about what you did, how you did it, how it helped you, where you can make improvements. Then try my 5 days, or try her 5 days. Reflect. Think about it. We will do this again. We will touch base with you, all of you again. But we kind of want to see what transpires and kind of put 2 and 2 together, so it works for everybody.
And please comment and, tell us how you're doing.
You know what? Send us a message. We will gladly respond back to you. We actually have our platform on Facebook. You can go direct to our like page, The Watcher's Point of View. We're actually on Instagram also, which will just make it simple, and we'll throw everything up here, or at the end. Okay, she's going to do the bar.
Well, actually, at the end would be better.
And
we're going to do that.
Do it at the end of that. So instead of seeing here, it's
going to be
at the end.
I was a vocalist.
as we were saying, it will be at the end of the show. And yeah, I'm not gonna.
More editing for me.
Yeah. And what do I say things are too stupid to make up here?
He loves me.
And people are probably thinking, what the hell's going on? What are we listening to? Watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's more comical when you see the facial expressions and the hand gestures.
Or on the Facebook.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I did get a request for us to do a live show.
Really?
I did get a request for a live show.
I hope everybody stays up late.
Well, I figured it stays up late, or we can try to figure it out and do a afternoon deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't have to be in the same place though, do we?
Not for the live, no. Just got the thing we can do it from our computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I could probably do it from my phone. I just gotta hook it up to the mix board.
Got it.
And pretty much good to go from there. Just make sure it's charged all the way up, and we're good for an hour at least. But definitely back to digression. Check in with us. Let us know what's going on. Hit us up. And you'll have all the different platforms you can contact us at. Later on after this. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or you want to know more about something, please leave it in the messages and we'll get back with you. Also, if there's something you want to see or a specific topic you want us to kind of touch on or hear our point of view on it, this is what the Watchers is all about. There's nothing, one specific thing we're going to discuss here. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, but the main thing is an open heart, open mind, always. Anything else before we leave?
I'm good.
Cool. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors again, Dell's House of Jerky. Much love to Tony and Tracy. Thank you for all that you do for us. I really appreciate it. And also at the end of this, like I said, please stay tuned at the end so you'll see the different, it's going to be a little long list. But,
and I'm going to read it out for you.
Well, it's pretty long. The different,
I did take a class in radio production.
I know you did. Once again, the shout outs at the end of this video are going to be for different organizations that we support and support us, as well as veteran supported companies that we believe in. And I'm trying to think what we have on there. We have veteran companies, we have different herbal and mystic crystal shops. A little bit of everything that's going to be shown, but one thing about the Watcher's point of view, anything that we talk about in the sense of, hey, this is a good company, it's because we deal with the company, we've had products from the company, we've used the products, and we stand behind them. Yeah, there's not, you see me wearing Sneak here, the Sneak bunny and the Sneak, emblem here. I'm not sponsored by Sneak Energy Drink in any way, shape, or form.
But it's so good.
It is the best, better than G Fuel. Sorry, G Fuel, no disrespect, but it's the best energy drink out here. It's the safest one in my eyes. It's like a huge vitamin that you're drinking with the best flavors out. So, but once again, that's a shout out to them. I'm not sponsored by them, but I love their product, so I'm not going to endorse anything that's not good. So they got free.
Hey, if you want to,
they got free advertising from us.
Sponsor us.
Oh yeah.
I know we're not really your demographic per se because it's more of a gamer.
It's gamer. Oh no, it's gamers. It's streamers, and streamers can stream anything nowadays.
True.
TikTokers, all this other stuff. So my thing is, I don't personally care if they. I shouldn't say I don't care because I do care. That'll be kind of awesome because they get product quicker and earlier.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, it would. But yeah, here we go, digressing. We're about to sign off.
We might actually sign off at some point.
We were going to sign off, but once again, digression happens. So yes, we will be placing all that out there so people at least have an idea of different things that we use, and go from there.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going from one extreme to the other. Had that moment again where I started thinking about the old man. I did. That's why I kind of did the stutter stop thing.
Yeah.
Started thinking about it again because I was thinking about say 22, and then I remembered one of the guys there who his name was, let me compose myself here for a moment. Okay. Fred Albert.
Oh, yeah.
Fred Simplify Albert. Badass Marine, any Marine that I've ever met. Just good guy. And he reminds me of my father in one way of Fred just didn't give a shit. And I'm going to put this photo in right about now. The photo that you're seeing right now is a photo of myself, one of the members of Save 22, Jason, and Fred Albert. And you'll notice if you look up to the left side of the photo, there is a video camera there. That actually happened to be the hospital security camera. The story was Fred was acting up over there and had a few issues, and we went over there to look after him because his wife had called Jason, and Jason had an issue with his vehicle when we were taking the water back from the hike back to his house. We hopped in my vehicle, drove over there, got upstairs. Fred's acting a complete fool. Right? We turn a corner. He sees Jason, then he sees me, and his face lit up like the 4th of July. He really did. And when he saw us, we're like, what the hell's your problem? We asked him like that because he's Fred. Fred keeps it real. And his words were, they won't let me smoke. We're like, oh, that's it? And the nurse was like, well, we'll give him a patch. I was like, yeah, that's negative.
That's cute.
I'm like, y'all know how much Fred smokes? That patch ain't gonna do a damn thing right now. That's just gonna piss him off.
It's kind of a mom.
You know, so we looked at Mama, and we're like, hey, Mama, you got this smoke? She's like, yeah. And we're like, toss him over. So she tossed him over with a Cadillac, yeah. We put him in a wheelchair, and we walked him downstairs. They looked at us going, well, sir, he can't smoke. We're like, yeah, duly noted. We took him downstairs, because there's a whole story about Fred, which we'll talk about next time. But Fred can do whatever the hell Fred wants. And we took him downstairs, we let him get a smoke, right? He went upstairs, he actually took his meds, right? So we're sitting there talking again, and all of a sudden he started being a twitchy little dude. And we're like, Fred, what's wrong? He goes, I need another smoke. And the nurse was like, y'all ain't taking him back downstairs again. We're like, yeah, okay.
Yes,
Okay. Sure, we're not going to take him downstairs. This is where the second photo comes from. The photo comes from. This photo really comes from. And we took him downstairs. And I was just like, I don't believe that we're just being that broody and ballsy. Just yanking a patient out of a bed, throwing him in a, and Fred's, and you'll see in the photo, Fred's got his full, Marine stuff on. He's repping the Marines. Like, he is all simplified. Total Paris Island cat, right? So he's down there, and Fred's got one hand on his junk, and one hand on his cigarette, right? And I just laughed because he just doesn't care. I'm like, he's just sitting there like, what? And I was like, I can't take a photo of this. So Jason leaned in because Jason's cracking up. And we took the photo. I'm like, oh man. And all of a sudden, right after that photo, I see a security car come flying around the corner. And I'm like, what the hell? And this guy looked over at Fred, looked at me, looked at Jason, kind of this up and down thing. He gave us one of these waves and drove off. And I said, did the nurse just snitch on us? I said, that's cold-blooded. Why are you snitching on this man? Let this man smoke his cigarette. Fred can do what he wants. Because people didn't know about Fred's story.
Right.
You know what? We're going to definitely talk about Fred's story next time.
Okay.
And I'll finish up with this part of it and then we'll sign off.
Sure we will.
Yeah, we are going to sign off this time. Here's where it gets silly. I look up, I'm like, man, I don't believe this. And for people who aren't watching YouTube, I am looking up in the sky, kind of giving you the what if you were there. And I looked up, and when I looked up, I saw the security camera. We were right underneath that bad boy. And Fred's smoking it up. I said, oh my God, it's too soon to make up. No one's ever going to believe this unless we take a snapshot.
Mm-hmm.
So we did. I threw my head on backwards. Jason threw his on backwards. So we can get the camera like angled and stuff.
Get the camera in there.
And Fred was just like he hit it, man. He was hitting the cigarette like a joint. He just put it to his mouth like, what? And we took the photograph, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we went upstairs and we told everyone the story. They're like, yeah, okay, whatever, sure. We're like, no, look.
I feel like the security guy looked at the both of you and were like, yeah, you're really big dudes.
Oh, Jason and I are some big boys. There's no amps or something like that.
This isn't worth it.
We're some photograph fans. We saw it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of beef in there.
Right.
I've
seen the picture and I'm like, I wouldn't have stopped. I was like,
yeah, that's what he did. He basically looked up and down. It's like, what up?
See ya.
Yeah, and that's just the story of the security camera. Badass, simplified Fred. I will say this: when we started telling people, Jason and myself started telling people Fred's story in the hospital of why we were doing what we were doing and why their roles didn't matter to us, it wasn't out of disrespect. But when we told his story, the entire staff that were working there, that was working with him, their whole demeanor and attitude changed as they found out what that man had gone through. Mm-hmm. When they found out what he did as a veteran and the hell he was put through for the time he was a POW, mm-hmm. and what happened to him when he rotated back to the world and trying to get back into private sector, they couldn't believe it. So after that, they're like, yeah, you guys, we understand now. Fred does what he wants. But for the rest of the watchers, that'll be for next time on the Watcher's Point of View. So, on behalf of myself, JP Spector, have an open heart and open mind at all times when watching our show. From my co-host, that fat girl, Dana.
Peace, peeps.
Once again, watchers, thank you again for joining us. Much love to you all. Keep watching. Always have an open heart and open mind. We'll see you in the next episode.